Israeli forces seize Gaza aid boat carrying Greta Thunberg. Jerusalem, Ashdod, June 9th. Israeli naval forces intercepted and seized a charity vessel bound for the Gaza Strip on Monday, boarding the boat and detaining its 12-person crew, which included Swedish climate activist Greta Thunberg. The yacht, named Madleen and flying a British flag, is now en route to an Israeli port. Operated by the pro-Palestinian Freedom Flotilla Coalition, FFC, the Madleen had set sail to deliver a symbolic shipment of humanitarian aid and draw global attention to the dire conditions in war-torn Gaza. The mission, however, was cut short overnight when Israeli forces intercepted the vessel before it could reach shore, according to a statement by the FFC on its Telegram account. Later, the Israeli Foreign Ministry confirmed control of the boat. The selfie yacht of the celebrities is safely making its way to the shores of Israel. The passengers are expected to return to their home countries, the ministry posted on X. The ministry also assured the public that all passengers were safe and unharmed, adding, they were provided with sandwiches and water. The show is over. Among those on board were Greta Thunberg and Rima Hassan, a French member of the European Parliament and outspoken advocate for Palestinian rights. Early morning arrest. Rima Hassan took to social media platform X to report the seizure, stating, the crew of the Freedom Flotilla was arrested by the Israeli army in international waters around 2 a.m. A photograph shared online showed the crew seated on the deck, hands raised and life jackets on. The Madleen was carrying a modest amount of humanitarian aid, including rice and baby formula. According to Israel's foreign ministry, the aid will be rerouted through official humanitarian channels to Gaza. The tiny amount of aid that was on the yacht and not consumed by the celebrities will be transferred to Gaza, the ministry remarked. Military intervention and political tensions. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz had ordered the military to intercept the vessel before it reached Gaza, dismissing the mission as a political stunt. Upon the yacht's arrival in Ashdod port, activists were to be shown footage of the brutal Hamas-led attack on Israel on October 7, 2023. A turning point that ignited the current conflict. Hamas responded to the seizure by denouncing Israel's actions as state terrorism and praised the activists' efforts. A long-standing blockade and a deepening crisis. Israel's naval blockade on Gaza has been in place since 2007, following Hamas' rise to power in the enclave. The blockade aims to prevent weapons and materials from reaching the group, which is classified as a terrorist organization by Israel, the U.S., and much of the West. Since the outbreak of war on October 7, 2023, when Hamas-led militants killed over 1,200 Israelis and took 251 hostages, Israel's military campaign has resulted in the deaths of more than 54,000 Palestinians, according to Gaza health officials. The United Nations warns that Gaza's population of over 2 million faces widespread displacement and the looming threat of famine. Global voices join the call. Francesca Albanese, the United Nations Special Rapporteur on Human Rights in the Palestinian territories, expressed her support for the flotilla. In a post on X, she declared, Madleen's journey may have ended, but the mission isn't over. Every Mediterranean port must send boats with aid and solidarity to Gaza. Her message echoed a growing international demand for an end to the blockade and for unrestricted humanitarian access to the besieged enclave. The seizure of the Madleen highlights the ongoing struggle between humanitarian activists and Israeli authorities amid one of the world's most devastating conflicts. As global figures like Greta Thunberg step into the fray, the question remains, how far should the world go to break a blockade and deliver hope? What's your take on this mission? Was it a brave act of solidarity or misguided political move? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe for more updates and in-depth stories from around the world. Let's keep the conversation alive.